Hey everyone, it is February 13th. I'm Wendy Pope and this is Read Through the Word. Today is one of the days where it's just so easy to look at our reading and go, wow, okay, let's see. This is all just building stuff. This is building the incense altar, building the ark, building the table. It's just all dimensions and it's all instruction and it's short reading and it's repeating itself and there's probably nothing in there. Let me just tell you, Lisa and Dawn would tell you the same thing, and Linda, if she was ever on this side of the camera, would tell you the same thing. There is not a wasted word in the Bible. Everything that's included in here is included for purpose. And our job when we read is to, as individuals, not as we as preparing to teach, but we do this as well. But God, what is it that you want me to know about you here? What is it that I need to see? How do I see myself here and compare myself to you? And how can I grow? How can I be more like you? How can I be more faithful to you? What can I learn? Not just about myself, but also about you. And I want us to think of these questions that I asked myself in my journal when I was reading through. I wrote these questions because I put that phrase, building thee. You all know that that's one of the ways I study the Bible is I circle repeated phrases, even if they're in the captions. Building thee is a continued phrase. So I sat with the Lord, and these are the questions that I felt him prompting me in spirit to write. Am I using everything God has given me for him? Because that's what we see here. We see sacrifice here from the people with their skills, their gifts, their work in the temple. You'll see that. Do I offer up what I have with a willing and generous heart? More than one occasion, it says the people were willing. Through their generosity, the people gave. And then lastly, am I doing everything the Lord commanded exactly as he commanded it? That's a good question. Whether I'm a stay-at-home mom with, 3 under 3 or 3 under 5 and got one on the way, or am I a mom of teenagers? Am I a newlywed wife? Am I a husband that is out seeking ways that I can provide for my family? Whatever it is, am I doing it according to what God has commanded me? Exactly as he has commanded me. I find it so interesting, again, with kind of piggybacking on the other day's lesson where we talked about the fact that they brought these gifts to build the temple that they took from the Egyptians. And this is, again, one of those moments where we see the women who served at the entrance of the tabernacle sacrificing and bringing their mirrors. Now, their mirrors were not like ours with glass. They were polished brass. And this is what they brought to build the bronze basin where they would wash their hands. The priests would come and wash their hands to make sure that they were holy and clean before they handled the sacrifice. Before they did anything in the temple, they washed their hands so that they could be clean and rid of whatever was on their hands. And I just think it's so interesting that, this is a precious metal. They're sacrificing this, and they will no longer be able to look at themselves. Isn't that interesting? G. Campbell Morgan said this: it was highly significant that the brass of the mirrors was employed to construct the laver, in which the priest must wash on approaching the altar or entering the tabernacle. It is in the beauty of holiness men worship, and by the surrender of everything of the flesh. Just washing it away. When I look in the mirror, what do I see? Do I see someone becoming more holy? Or do I see someone that resembles the world? I will become holy like the temple when I can answer those questions with a yes. So I reposted those questions because when we can answer yes to those questions unequivocally, then we are going to be able to say, when I look in my mirror, I see that I'm becoming more and more like Jesus. Paul tells the church in Corinth, do you not know that you're God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you? If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy him. For God's temple is holy, and you are that temple. That's who we are. And when we don't fall in line with Scripture and how God commands us to live in becoming more holy every day, which, by the way, that's what you're doing when you read and pray and participate and read through the Word. Not because of read through the Word, but because you're being obedient to be in the Word. We just provide this free opportunity for us to join together and to do this together. But when you do that, when I do that, I am becoming more and more like God and less like the world every single day. So when we see Him face to face one day, I pray it's just a reflection. I pray when He sees me, He sees Himself. On earth, on this side of heaven, but especially when I get there. Don't you? We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.